Knowledge is power, and when you distribute that knowledge, it gives you the ability to be the resource and be viewed as the expert in your local market. Today, what I want to do is I want to share with you 7 resources that can help you stand out as the smartest agent in your area. Everybody wants to work with an expert, so how do we position ourselves in a way that we become that expert? We've talked about this before, where we want to know everything we can about our local market, but we want to be able to specifically speak to certain aspects of the market in a way that people go, wow, he's really paying attention. Wow, she's really understanding what's happening and is going to give me the advice I need to make the best decision possible for myself. So I want to think about it this way. I want us to position ourselves that if the Wall Street Journal, if Inman News, if anybody was coming in and they were going to interview someone in your local market that had the pulse of what's going on, that was understanding what was going on in the local real estate market in a way that added value like no one else, that's who we want to be. Are you that agent? Most aren't. That's okay. What we're going to do today is I'm going to give you some resources that can help you come together with all of the information that's available, because we're living in the information age. The information is available. Now, where do we go to get that information, and how do we bring it back on a local level that we can communicate it out, that position us in the place that we can be the best resource possible for as many people as possible? One of the first places I like to go to get national, local, and state information is realtor.com/research/data. This is a great resource because what it does is it takes all of the information from realtor.com, including median home prices, average inventories, compares it year over year, month over month. What are we seeing in the local markets as well as the state markets and the national markets? It has research that really breaks down all the details that affect us as agents and it affect our local markets by the trends that we're seeing on the national markets. This gives us a broader picture than maybe we can just looking locally. For an overall view of what's happening on the national level, state level, and also even on the local level, realtor.com is really a great resource. It's a great place to start. And now we're going to get into some details on some others that really go a little more specific on specific areas of the business. The next resource that I like to look at is the National Association of Homebuilders, NAHB.org. This is a great organization really for us to be able to see the housing starts numbers, the permits pulled. Housing starts are basically when they break ground. The permits, most of them start, but some don't. It gives us an idea of what is the inventory going forward. What is the sentiment with home builders? What are they seeing on a national level that gives us really the ability to understand what is the future inventory, because that's what these home building permits and starts really give us is what are we going to be looking at down the road, 3, 6, 9, 12 months, depending on where you are and the time frame it's taking to build these homes. What are we going to be looking at as far as inventory in the coming months? The other thing that I really like is their executive summary that they do on a monthly basis. I love the way that they break down inflation. They go in and they talk about the trends that they're seeing on the housing starts, on the permits being pulled. They're seeing what mortgage rates, how they affect them. They're really taking a broad picture and they're making educated forecasts for the next quarter, for the next year that really give us the ability to understand what is the National Association of Home Builders anticipating we'll be seeing in the next quarter, the next year, and coming into the future. This is a great resource, especially if you're really focused on understanding what it is that's coming into the future as far as the inventory is concerned. This is a great place to start. Next resource I use is ShowingTime. Now, I know we think about ShowingTime as a tool that really helps us organize setting up showings going into the future, helps us really streamline the process of getting information after a showing. But I will tell you, their stats department, it really has been helpful. I use it a ton during the pandemic to see what we were seeing trending-wise as far as the number of showings. I love that report. It really tells us even today, what is the demand we're seeing out there? Think of it this way. They have national and state, local levels that give us the understanding of how many people are requesting showings. Now, if you see this trend line going down, that tells you demand is going down. If you see it going back up or you see it flattening, we're leveling off. Then you see it going up, it gives us an understanding that, hey, demand is beginning to increase again. This is a great way to understand on a timely basis really what's happening as far as nationally, locally, and state level of what is happening on the showings, which shows us what's going on with demand. They collate everything historically so that we can see what's happened this time last year, so we can see what's happened this time last month. Really is a great place to get a quick pulse on what's happening with showings, with what's happening with trends that we might be seeing developing, and what we can then begin to formulate our own forecast for what we anticipate to see going forward. Next up is Keeping Current Matters. What I love is the way that Keeping Current Matters really takes all of the information from a number of different data points and really collates it in a way that's easy for us to not only understand, but they put social graphics together where we can share that information out, making it easy to appear very easily without very little work as the expert in your local market. It gives you the ability to see stats on what's happening as far as number of transactions. They do trends. What are the predictions that the experts are saying as far as pricing going into the future, or price appreciation / or depreciation, whatever they may be thinking about. It really gives us the ability to kind of see what is happening. By them collating and taking all of this information, it really makes it easy for us to almost get like the cliff notes of what's happening out there. And they put it in ways that gives us the ability to really share those out. They have videos that we can share out. They also have market statistics. They also have it in really graph and social media graphics that give us the ability to share it easily. All of these things make ShowingTime one of the best resources I have and that I utilize to make sure that I'm getting proper information in a timely basis. Next up is Zillow.com/research. When you're looking on Zillow and you go to their research department, obviously they have a ton of data that's coming in. One of the things that I love about this is they have a lot of data on rentals as well. It's talking about the average rent. It's talking about the average sales price. It really gives us the ability to see what do those national statistics look like and on a local level so that we can really communicate on what's happening out there. One of the things about Zillow's research is that they break these things into graphs. They give us historical data like a lot of other places, but they do it in a way that's a little bit different because it's really focused on the consumer side of the data that they have coming in. So if you're looking for some information that really gets you an idea of what are the trends that are happening and what are people doing as far as search, Zillow is a great place to start as well. Next is the National Association of Realtors, NAR, their profile of home buyers and sellers. This is an annual report that comes out, but I love the statistics that it gives us to help us formulate how are we going to do our business. Some of the statistics that really stand out, statistics is hard for me to say. It's one of some of these things that stand out really for me, give me the ability really to set the stage for what is it that we should be focusing in on. What are the statistics as far as the number of people and how many agents they call before they list their home? What are the statistics we see as far as buyers, as far as them beginning to start the search? Where are they starting the search? What are they doing? Where are they searching for? How many people are people referring after they come out and they sell a house or they buy a house? All of these help us formulate some data about home buyers, home sellers, the process that gives us the ability really to position our business in a way that makes sure that it's in line with what home buyers and home sellers are saying that they do and that they want from agents. This is a great report for you to formulate how you're going to position yourself and the statistics to focus on that help you position yourself in a way that you're going to win as much business as possible in the coming year. Last but not least is your local MLS. Listen, all the information you need to be the expert in your market is in your local MLS. I want to say this. The person who's seen as the resource, who understands the market best, can answer these questions very quickly. Do you know what the average sales price is in your market? Do you know how many homes sold last month versus this time last year in your market that you serve? Do you know how many are the average days on market? Do you know what the list to sell average price is as far as what people are paying for a place versus what it's listed at? You see, these are statistics that when you say these things and you understand these things, it gives you the ability really to understand what's going on. Do you understand how much inventory is on the market today versus that was on the market last month versus what was on the market this time last year? When you understand your market, you understand how you can best serve your clients and you can give them information in a way that helps them make the best decision possible for them in their home buying or home selling decisions that they're making. What is it that you can do to really stand out? Dive deep into your local MLS. Look at what is happening statistic-wise in specific neighborhoods, specific areas, specific school districts. What are the trends you're seeing? Utilize the information that you can pull out of your local MLS, formulate it in a way that adds value to clients and adds value to the market as a whole, and I promise business is going to come your way. The person who is viewed as the local expert is always going to be the person that does the most business. So what are you going to do? Are you going to utilize some of these tools, or are you going to utilize some of the tools you have to make sure that you're communicating out as much value as possible to the marketplace? When you communicate value out, value comes back. I promise if you'll be the person that knows your market best and communicate it out in a clear and concise, consistent way to the market, your business can't help but grow. Hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.